Welcome to Group A of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. 4 teams, 6 matches, only 2 advance. This is the story of the most dramatic group in North America. Let's start with the numbers. Group A brings together 4 continents. Mexico from CONCACAF, ranked 15th in the world. South Korea from Asia, ranked 22nd. Czechia from Europe, ranked 44th. And South Africa from Africa, ranked 61st. 4 different footballing cultures, one group. And the stakes could not be higher. The schedule is set. June 11th, Mexico versus South Africa at the iconic Estadio Azteca in Mexico City. The opening match of the entire 2026 World Cup. That same evening, South Korea versus Czechia in Guadalajara. June 18th, Czechia versus South Africa in Atlanta. Mexico versus South Korea in Guadalajara. And then the final match day, June 24th, both matches kick off simultaneously. Czechia versus Mexico at the Azteca, South Africa versus South Korea in Monterrey. When both matches play at the same time, nobody knows what the other group is doing. That is where drama is born. Now let us talk about Mexico. El Tri, the Green Machine. They have appeared at 18 World Cups. Their greatest moments came in 1970 and 1986, both times on home soil, both times reaching the quarterfinals. Now in 2026, they are hosts again. The pressure is immense. In 2022 inches, Qatar, Mexico failed to get out of the group stage for the first time since 1990. That failure changed everything. The team was rebuilt in 2025. They won the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Confidence is back. And now they return home to the Azteca with 87,000 fans behind them. History is calling. Coach Javier Aguirre sets up Mexico in a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 system, defensively disciplined, fast on the counter. Edson Alvarez controls the midfield after returning from injury. The wide players provide pace and width. And up front, 2 very different but equally dangerous strikers share the burden of a nation. Raul Jimenez, 34 years old, the veteran, the leader. He started his journey at Atletico Madrid, then Porto, then Benfica, then Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League, now Fulham. This season, he scored more than 10 goals in the Premier League. This is his 3rd World Cup, and it is happening at home. Every goal he scores in that Azteca will be felt by an entire country. Santiago Giménez, 24 years old, the future. He came up through Cruz Azul in Mexico, then Feyenoord in the Netherlands, where he became one of the most feared strikers in European football, now AC Milan, Serie A. The biggest stages. This is his first World Cup, but he has never been afraid of the moment. South Korea. The Taegak Warriors, 12 World Cup appearances. Their greatest achievement came in 2002 when they co-hosted the tournament with Japan and reached the semifinals. It remains the highest a team from Asia has ever gone. In 2022 inches, Qatar, they reached the round of 16 before falling to Brazil. The journey continues. Coach Hong Myung-bo was himself a hero of 2002, playing as a defender in that historic run. He builds his team in a 4-2-3-1 shape, organized at the back, patient in possession, quick in transition. Kim Min-jae and Cho Yu-min form one of the most reliable central defensive partnerships in world football. Lee Kang-in from Paris Saint-Germain creates in midfield. And at the top of everything, the captain, the legend, Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min was born in Chuncheon in 1992. His father was a former footballer who trained him from childhood with relentless dedication. At 16, Son left South Korea to join Hamburger SV's youth academy in Germany. He developed quickly, moved to Bayer Leverkusen. Then in 2015, Tottenham Hotspur. 10 years in North London. 265 goals and assists, Premier League Golden Boot in 2022, shared with Mohamed Salah, named Spurs captain, beloved by millions around the world. In 2025, he moved to Los Angeles FC in MLS. In 13 games, he scored 12 goals and added 4 assists, making a goal contribution every 69 minutes, second only to Lionel Messi in the entire league. His hunger has never faded. For South Korea, he has played 142 matches and scored 54 goals. He is already the most capped player in his country's history. This summer is his 4th World Cup. He has scored 3 goals across his previous 3 tournaments, tied with Park Ji-sung and An Jung-hwan as the all-time top scorer for South Korea at the World Cup. 1 more goal this summer, and the record is his alone. He is 33 years old. This may be his last chance, and he knows it. Kim Min-jae, the wall at the back, he came through Jeonbuk Hyundai in Korea, then Fenerbahce in Turkey, then Napoli in Italy, where he was sensational. Bayern Munich came calling. He went to Germany, won the Bundesliga. At 190 centimeters tall, he dominates in the air and reads the game with exceptional intelligence. Czechia, the Czechs, a footballing nation with a proud but complicated history. As Czechoslovakia, they reached the World Cup final twice in 1934 and 1962, finishing as runners-up both times since splitting into the Czech Republic in 1993. Their best World Cup showing was 2006, where they fell in the group stage. 20 years have passed. Now they are back. And they got here the hard way. A playoff against Denmark, 2-2 after extra time, penalty shootout, 3-1, drama in every second, qualification secured on the final day of March 2026. Coach Miroslav Kubek, 74 years old, was appointed just days before the playoffs began. He brought calm to a chaotic situation. His system is physical and organized. A 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 built on hard work, defensive discipline, and set pieces. Captain Ladislav Krejci from Wolverhampton leads the defense. Tomáš Souček from West Ham United is the engine of the midfield. Experienced, strong, a warrior in every match. And then there is the man they all look to, Patrik Schick. Schick was born in Prague in 1996. He came through Sparta Prague's academy, then moved to Italy, Sampdoria, then Roma. 3 seasons in Serie A building his reputation, RB Leipzig on loan in Germany. Then in September 2020, Bayer Leverkusen. That was where everything changed. In 2024, Leverkusen made history, winning the Bundesliga unbeaten. They also won the DFB Pokal. Schick was central to both triumphs. At Euro 2020, he became famous to the entire world. Against Scotland, he scored from near the halfway line, spotting the goalkeeper off his line and lobbing him with perfect precision, one of the greatest goals ever scored at a European Championship. He finished as joint top scorer of the tournament. This season at Leverkusen, he scored 19 goals in all competitions. In his last 6 matches before the World Cup, he scored 9 times. He is arriving in North America in the form of his life. For Czechia, he has scored 25 goals in 52 appearances. And this is his first ever World Cup. He has waited a long time for this moment. South Africa. Bafana Bafana. The name means boys. Boys in Zulu. A nation that carries football deep in its identity. In 2010, they hosted the World Cup, the first African country to do so. The vuvuzelas were heard around the world, but the team could not escape the group stage. They became the first and only host nation in World Cup history to be eliminated in the group stage. That memory has never left. 16 years later, they are back. this time as visitors. But the motivation is the same. South Africa qualified by winning their African qualifying group ahead of Nigeria, a composed and disciplined campaign under Belgian coach Hugo Broos. Broos has built something genuine here. A team with a real identity, defensively organized, built on rapid transitions, with creative players allowed to express themselves in the final third. His system is a 4-2-3-1. Goalkeeper and captain Ronwen Williams is the foundation. Williams plays for Mamelodi Sundowns in South Africa and is regarded as one of the best goalkeepers on the continent. At the Africa Cup of Nations, he set a record for penalty saves. Calm under pressure, a leader in every sense. Lyle Foster plays for Burnley in England. He came through Monaco's academy, then Vitesse in the Netherlands, then Wigan, before establishing himself in the Championship and Premier League. He brings European experience and physical presence to South Africa's attack. Oswin Apollos plays for Orlando Pirates. 23 years old. Fast, direct, dangerous on either wing. This World Cup could be the moment the world discovers him. Now the predictions. Who gets through? Most analysts agree on Mexico and South Korea as the two most likely qualifiers. Mexico have home advantage, tournament experience, and two world-class strikers. South Korea have tactical discipline and Son Heung-min, but do not sleep on Czechia. Schick is in the form of his life, and Czechia are physically imposing against any opponent. If they beat South Korea in the opening match, the entire group dynamic changes. And South Africa in 2010 on home soil, they drew with Mexico 1-1 in the opening match. If they repeat that result or better it in 2026, suddenly everything is open. The decisive match of the group will likely be June 18th, Mexico versus South Korea in Guadalajara. Two of the group's strongest teams facing each other directly. Mexico have beaten South Korea in both previous World Cup meetings in 1998 and 2018, but Son Heung-min was not the player he is now. My prediction, Mexico first, South Korea second, Czechia third with a chance of advancing as one of the best third-place teams, South Africa fourth but guaranteed to provide at least one unforgettable moment. Group A runs from June 11th to June 24th. It opens the entire tournament, and it may just be the most watchable group of the whole World Cup. June 11th, Estadio Azteca, Mexico versus South Africa. The 2026 FIFA World Cup begins. Do not miss it.